Pakistan's Supreme Court has just ruled that Prime Minister Imran Khan violated the Constitution. His allies in Parliament prevented the opposition from proceeding with a no-confidence motion, despite the opposition having a majority. Khan then got Parliament dissolved and called an election. Osama bin Javed is coming up for us right away from Islamabad. So, Osama, now that that ruling has come through, first, tell us how the Supreme Court reached this decision.
Well, as we speak to you right now, the five-member bench is reading out its verdict right now after hours and hours of deliberations. It was delayed by half an hour at least before they were supposed to announce it. But we can tell you now that the Supreme Court of Pakistan has declared that it was unconstitutional for the Deputy Speaker of Parliament to rule against the vote of no confidence, which means that the assemblies have been restored. The ruling that the Deputy Speaker gave, throwing out the vote of no confidence, is enshrined in the Constitution that after a motion has been tabled before the Assembly, that the Prime Minister should go for a vote of no confidence. No other business can take place. And this was the plea that was brought forward by the opposition parties to the Supreme Court of Pakistan, saying the ruling was unconstitutional. The Prime Minister saw that he's going to lose his numbers. As the motion had been tabled before Parliament, he could not go back and dissolve the assemblies and call for elections. So he used the Deputy Speaker and his law minister to go through another route which was unconstitutional, and that is what appears to be the unanimous decision by this five-member bench. Now, this is going to have wide-ranging ramifications, because soon after that ruling, the Prime Minister wrote to the President, the assemblies were dissolved, the President actually asked for an interim government as well and called for elections in 90 days. And it appears that after this ruling has been declared unconstitutional, all of those subsequent steps will be rolled back as well.
So what is it that happens next? What should we be watching out for?
Well, we've been speaking to leaders of the opposition, people who went to the Supreme Court, and some of the lawyers who've been pleading their case as well. And they say that the first step is to get the court to agree that no one should be able to cite a foreign conspiracy and strike down this vote of no confidence. If the Supreme Court allows this, then never ever in the history of Pakistan a Prime Minister would be able to vote it out of office. And the next steps would be that now, if the court allows them, the Assembly is going to reconvene. There is going to be a vote of no confidence. The opposition says that it has more than 172 members, close to 200 members, it says it has now, who say that they do not believe that Imran Khan should be the Prime Minister of Pakistan. There is also talk about elections, and that is something that we saw in the last few days at the Supreme Court as well. These questions arising on how are they going to govern the country, when are elections going to take place, and what will be the way forward, because you have to realize that this country now is polarized between supporters of Imran Khan and the opponents of Imran Khan. And what this has brought to the fore as well is the role of Pakistan's powerful military establishment as well, where Imran Khan, the sitting Prime Minister, for the first time has said that he was given options by the military establishment to either resign, to dissolve the assemblies, or face the vote of no confidence. And he's found a fourth way forward, and that seems to have been struck down by the Supreme Court of Pakistan. So it is going to be an end to a constitutional crisis, but again, a lot of ambiguity on the road ahead, because Pakistan is scheduled to have elections a year and a half later. But if things are to go by where the opposition has been calling for elections, there has been calls for a new mandate from the government as well, it appears that Pakistan is probably going to be heading towards a new mandate, a fresh elections, where people are going to decide who they believe should be in power.
Thank you so much. Osama bin Javed reporting from Islamabad.